welcome back. Today we're going to talk about fibromyalgia. I have had fibromyalgia since I was, since I was like 30 probably, and I'm 42 now. And I thought about it just now. I was like, do I want to tell people my age? And then I started thinking they can look it up anyway, so might as well put it out there. But anyway, yeah, the fibromyalgia started when my husband and I were in an accident with a tractor trailer on the interstate. After we had only been married like maybe 2 or 3 years, so that's why I'm thinking it was like maybe I was 30. But yeah, and that's when the fibromyalgia started. And unfortunately, at the time when that happened, well, fibromyalgia, it takes a while before you actually know it, and they have to do all these tests. And because at one point they even thought I had MS, because some tests came back looking kind of funny, and so I had to have a spinal tap done, which is not fun at all, because I thought for sure I was going to be put out like, you know, all the way out for the spinal tap. And then when they told me, oh, we're just going to kind of give you something to kind of like sedate you a little bit, I'm like, really? And so I start crying and crying, and Sunday was like, well, do you want to just go home? And I thought, no, I'll go ahead and get the spinal tap done. And anyway, this has been years ago. You know, I don't have MS, but the symptoms are very similar, so that's why they tested me for that. But fortunately, when they did the spinal tap, it didn't come back as MS. But anyway, so we got hit by a tractor trailer. What had happened was that, now I can't concentrate because I keep thinking of what had happened was. Anyway, so there was like a car, like we were driving along, minding our own little business, and we both had interviews that day, because this was at a time that I could work like a regular full-time work. And you know, yeah, anyway, so we were driving along on the interstate, and all of a sudden we heard and kind of felt this boom sound, but it's like we didn't know that we were in an accident, you know. And then I remember going, dog, you know, which is a crazy thing to say, but, and then we got this other like boom, so we got hit again, and then we were like, we grabbed hold to each other's, you know, arms, and of course you can't see, but like that. Anyway, hopefully you can imagine what I'm talking about. But it was very scary, because I thought for sure that was it. Today we're gonna die. Well, at least we're together. You know, that's what I want, is for us to be together when we die, locked away in each other's arms, like a romantic, you know, Lifetime movie or something. I don't know, like just something romantic. Yeah. Fibromyalgia. As you know, it comes with widespread pain. And like right now we're having, like this whole week they were calling for rain and storms, and I was like, great, because I know if they're calling for storms, you know, my fibromyalgia is gonna act up more. And even when they don't call for storms, sometimes they'll just, well, a lot of times they'll just act up. Yeah, so I don't know, it's weird like that. But for one thing, they're still trying to figure out exactly what fibromyalgia is. And I know like the Lyrica commercials say about overactive nerve endings and something like that. I do know, I have noticed that sometimes my spine, I'll feel pain like in my spine, which is, but you know, I don't always feel that way. I rarely feel that way actually, which is good. And when I do, I have medication that I can take for it. I was trying to kind of think of what all I wanted to talk about on this channel. I don't know. If you all have some ideas of, or some questions, that'd be great. If you have some questions, you know, like, I mean, I know you might not want to give your name. I guess. Ooh, I also now have a website. It's called creativeselftherapy.com. So you have to type in the www part. www.creativeselftherapy.com. Say it again, Pookie. Here we go. Start over. Tell them the right address. www.creativeselftherapy.com. Remember that. www.creativeselftherapy.com. She says, put me down, mommy. Put me down. She likes being in my lap more so than actually being held up. One thing about being a therapist I thought about is really you're helping people tell their story. And since I'm like a therapist of myself and the client, I was thinking about, this was another idea of doing like a video. And I don't know how to do this. I will say this. I don't know how to do this. But this I thought would be a really cool idea, is if I like looked this way and looked that way, where it looks like I'm twins, basically, like side by side almost. Well, in front of each other. I think that's how it would be. And one is the therapist, the other one is the client, both of them being me, of course. And then I would say, you know, today I've been feeling like blah blah blah, or how about I do the little hands like that. Today I've been feeling this way, and the therapist, okay, well, tell me about that, Sharon. And so what's been going on? I don't know if I could do it really, to be honest, because you kind of have to split your, it's, for one thing, it's hard to treat yourself. It's really hard to treat yourself. You can only, because the part if you get sick is your brain. So yeah, it's hard to treat yourself, but you can do it somewhat, you know.